This college football playoffs and Army Navy edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey folks, this is Bud Foster. You're listening to SGPN. Let's let it ride. Go Hokies, man.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stuck in the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Cram?
Dog. Had a great weekend. NFL.
Yeah.
We already did the touting. College football. We'll do some touting shortly, but I have been looking forward to talking to one Colby Dan more than anything because there are a lot of people screaming at the clouds right now.
Yes, one of the all-time great cloud screamers, Colby Dan from the College Experience. What's happening, Colby?
Don't respond yet, Colby. You're not on the screen. We're just waiting for Colby to. This is one of these things. I already clicked the button. We're just waiting. Oh, there he is.
There he is, Colby Dan. Now, Colby, I saw your tweets. I saw your videos. The committee got it right in your mind with this 12-team playoff, correct?
No, but they got it. The best part. This one's great, guys. I mean, this one's great because forever. You know, there's been so much corruption in the sport and many years. I mean, you can go so on and so on. How many teams have gotten fucked over? I could honestly do a 10-hour seminar. But normally it's always the small schools, but they painted these idiots, painted themselves in a picture, in a really spot great. Where they had to put 2 group of 5s in. It's so great. It's so great seeing these idiots just complain left and right about this. But
we talked about this. We talked when they were first, whatever it was, like 3 years, whenever we first started talking about the format of the 12-team playoff, we discussed this exact scenario happening. I think at the time we might have been using the Big 12 as the example, but regardless, they love to make rules that they think are like putting up fences and gates to keep people out, but they accidentally leave people. And guess what? They've done it again with Notre Dame. Wait till Notre Dame has an ass season.
Notre Dame just opting out of bowl season, just real soft move. Hey, we didn't get invited to the playoff. We're not playing any more football. Like, what a bitch ass move. Just play a bowl game. Why would you not want to play football?
Let's talk about them because, you know, I'm getting hate from our Notre Dame fans. First off, your schedule was dog shit, right? Your schedule was absolute dog shit. All right. Now, some of that was just luck. Some of that was also, you know, certain teams were bad, but also some of it was you guys ducking great competition. So a mixture of both. A perfect storm happened and you lost early in the season. You didn't play any good competition really the rest of the season. All right, but you made $40 million last year, so shut the fuck up. You participated in the same thing, right? And now these Notre Dame fans are like, no, we had to stick it to ESPN because they own the playoff. Well, you made more than the team that won the national championship last year. So fuck off. You know what I mean? Like play football, right?
You want to be in the playoff, beat Miami and or Texas A&M.
Yes.
I mean, if they don't lose both those games, they're in the playoff, right? Or
schedule more aggressively. And look, I support their independence. I hope more teams go independent. But you can't have it both ways here. You can't have it both ways. You benefited ridiculously more than any other school in the playoffs last year from this exact system. And now you're bitching when last year BYU and Alabama were all bitching that they got robbed, right? And they did get robbed, I guess, if you look at it. But okay, this time it goes on you. But you made $40 million last year, right? And the reality is you shouldn't have gotten in over Miami, right? That stupid show that they do every
Miami
Tuesday.
Miami beat you.
Dude, and then their little athletic director jumps on Dan Patrick today and says like, well, what the ACC did to us, you know, it's catastrophic damage. Fuck you, Notre Dame. Who the fuck are you? What is the ACC supposed to do? You're half in. You're never joining the conference. The ACC is supposed to rep the team that's in their fucking conference. They're just little bitches. Let's be honest,
Colby,
man.
If I'm Jim Phillips, who has done a poor job, I think most people don't view him as a strong commissioner because of the horrible television deal that he did years ago. But if he wants to regain some love, I'd say right now, get them out of the basketball conference. Like right now, Notre Dame, get the fuck out. Get you fucking little bitches. Your head coach for football is about to leave. You're going to turn into a shit independent program that's going to fail year after year. So much so you require the college football playoff to guarantee you a spot. Unfucking believable. And
it's the same system that you use to make more money than every other school last year. So what's that?
I think well, I was just going to say the reality of the matter is what I really would like to know is about these opt-outs, right? These teams deciding they're going to stick it to ESPN by not playing in bowl games. They're also forfeiting money, correct?
Yes. But
that seems objectively stupid. Well, you're taking earning potential away from a workforce. Like, you want to talk about unions and labors. Like, why would the kids not? This is where I think they're going to maybe trick players into not opting out, but NIL deals, maybe including bowl stipulations. But how are you taking money off the plate of these kids because you want to prove some sort of point? Like, do you think the players are in on this? Like, serious question. Do you think they actually don't want to play?
Some maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
I know
it depends on the team,
report,
I think. Yeah.
But it just does seem like if you're on that roster and you're not an elite player, why the fuck are you opting out?
Yeah,
why would you not want to play?
It could be your last time to play college football.
You're a senior. Why are you opting out?
And to the experts suck in the chat, who I think is an Irish fan, he goes, why would we do that so we can get more money? Right? Why would we support the corrupt committee? Because that same corrupt committee paid you the fuck out last year. And also that you built this playoff system, by the way. Your athletic director previously built this fucking playoff system. Right? And guess what? You act like you're the first team that's been fucked over in college football.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, good God, we can do a whole list, but guess what? They played bowl games and the season went on. You're bitches. That's what you are. You're little fucking bitches.
It is funny. Miami got in from the ACC above the team that won the ACC championship. That to me was, and I don't know how do I argue it? I don't understand why Miami wasn't in the ACC championship, but again, what am I missing there?
The conferences are too big. I mean, look, the irony here is Miami had the same record as Georgia Tech in the ACC. So everyone
put Georgia Tech in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could do like Miami. Like, say what you want about Duke. Duke played a lot more road games than Miami this year, right? A lot more. Miami played 3 games on the road out of the state of Florida, right? Four road games in general, right? It's a huge problem. That's why you need to cast a big enough net, or have like next year, everyone's going to 9 conference games. That's a great development in the sport, I think, right? Because all the power conferences will play 9 conference games, right? And then, you know, if we can all get the same amount of road games, that'd be fucking great. I think you can learn a lot. No one ever mentions that in these dumb committees. Georgia played 3 road games this year. BYU's out. BYU played 6 road games. 6 road games, and 5 of the 6 are against teams with winning records. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's what's unbelievable too, and I understand that there will always be like the shills of the system and the people who work for ESPN, whatever. You can draw your connections, but I don't know why I haven't really reviewed my relationship with Herb Street in general, but it started weighing on me when I realized that this cocksucker never played a down in the NFL, and I have to listen to him on Thursday Night Football. But then I listened to him try to articulate. He tries to come off as this intelligent person, this person that's speaking down to the masses and bestowing wisdom on them, and yet his message is like the Alabama BYU, like him getting caught in the booth trying to explain away how BYU should be out, but Alabama should be in.
How about that?
It's an unreal, like, I get it. No one's held accountable. It doesn't matter. No one cares, but it's an unreal thing for the top analyst in the sport to be be this level of buffoon. I don't. How did college football allow this? He wasn't even a star in college. Like what? What is?
Well,
it
he
about
wasn't
Kirk
always
Hurts?
like this, man. I feel like it's ramped up. So ESPN
Well, now he
used
gets
to
the big
have.
check.
Well, it used to be. Well, also like there wasn't this divide. Part of what happened here was ESPN used to have the Big Ten, right? By Fox taking the Big Ten. Ever since ESPN's existence, the Big Ten has been. So now you have like a Letterman Leno situation going on, and you're seeing it to the detriment of the sport to a certain extent because you have the like it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, Chris Fowler was saying if you look at Texas against Ohio State, they outgained Ohio State. It's like, dude, anyone watch that game? Ohio State dominated that game. All right, I know it ended up being a 1-score game.
That's the same crowd talking about Shedeur Sanders' 300-yard game. Like there's always going to be opportunity to put up stats in a game that you're getting handled in.
Well, but they'll use that example, but not the fact that Kentucky severely outgained.
Of course not.
Texas,
of course
right?
Not,
Shitty Kentucky.
But
yeah.
I did want to bring this up, Colby. So Ross Dellinger, who is a very serious journalist, he did post some examples of what the playoff could look like if they get their head out of their ass. And I think so much went wrong this year that I do think that we could see some drastic change. We're probably not going to jump right to it. But the idea of a 24-team playoff using the proposed format that the SEC, whoever proposed around 4 AQs, a couple G5 automatic qualifiers, 6 at large, this is what it would look like. And it's like, okay, cool. We don't actually have real arguments anymore because all the good teams get in. And the teams that are going to be on the bubble complaining at the end of the day, just like March Madness, they're not that good anyway. So who gives a shit? And so when you see something like this, or you see the same thing,
I'll watch this playoff.
Exactly. Right. Sean will watch all the playoffs, or just even using the 16-team version of what we essentially have now. Right. It gets you out to a bubble where you're no longer pissed that you've taken these group of 5 teams. You're no longer angry because all the good teams get in. So, and the last thing I'll say is in which, by the way, obviously the 24. I mean, this would be fabulous. Like, why? Who says no to this?
24. I mean, look at those on-campus locations.
Colby? The Bulls say no. These fucking morons.
No.
And that's where Herb Street's gone wrong. He's taking the big bags from corporate bowls, and that's why he has all these fucking horrible takes.
Let's key on this more though, because one of the things that's really pissed me off over the past 24 hours is the amount of people that say JMU and Tulane do not deserve this. They 100% deserve this. All right, if you go 11-1 in any conference, or 12-1 actually, with the you deserve a chance to play in a playoff.
I see both sides of the argument. At the same time, it's a 12-team playoff, and 2 of your 12 teams objectively come from a lower class of, like, you could make the argument that Duke deserves to be in over JMU.
Sure.
And so anytime you get into those gymnastics, I think it just highlights the need for expansion. You don't want 2 out of 12 teams. I could see why people would be mad that 2 out of 12 teams are being occupied by Tulane and JMU, who are most likely going to get their shit pushed in. I get that.
I mean, Tulane is 2-1 against the Power. Tulane's 2-1 against the Power 5. This is where the people that bring up the line, that always bothers me. It's like, well, this would be a 3-touchdown spread if Notre Dame played James Madison. Okay, well, Notre Dame played Northern Illinois and Marshall over the past 2 years, and they lost both those games, and they didn't even win their fucking conference, and they were strong favorites.
But bringing up that it would be a big point spread is fair, just like pointing out that upsets happen is fair. I'm just saying that my point in saying all of this is that we've had a perfect storm of letting too many group of 5 teams in, doing things that may, to some people, make championship games seem irrelevant. And so I think I actually think we might get all this, like the powers to be are going to get tricked into actually making drastic changes to expand the playoff. And so at the end of the day, we might actually get what we need.
And then, I mean, I just can't get over the people shitting on James Madison being allowed to be in here. Right.
It's a bad take.
Guess who's number 1? Guess who's number 1 in college football? The whole playoff. Indiana, which is James Madison, you fucking retards, right? Their whole team is James Madison. Their whole damn roster is James Madison or other group of 5 guys. Look at this. I mean, their best defensive players are all JMU transfers, right? Their best wide receivers are JMU transfer. Their starting running backs are JMU transfer. Their O-line's got a JMU guy. Their entire D line is JMU or Kent State. Shut the fuck up. You can't have, but JMU has already won at Oregon, essentially, because Indiana won at Oregon. Their whole team has like 30 JMU guys.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Well, from a talent level, to your point, it's accurate, right? Like part of what has made what Cignetti's done ridiculous is the talent on the rosters is different. And a lot of it came through the quality that they have on Indiana came through development.
Like 85% of their roster is Sun Belt guys.
No, that's what I mean. It's through development, through, understanding what you need on a roster. And that's why he's a good coach. And yeah, I mean, but I still understand people making the argument that you had an easy schedule. I get that.
I thought they were going to put Duke in. To tell you the truth. But that's why you need to cast 12 is not the number. I mean, we've been said this forever. Like you need to cast a big enough net where every conference winner is in, and then you feel you do the best. And look, there's always we see it in the 68 tournament. Seton Hall 2 years ago should have got in. North Carolina somehow hops over West Virginia last year. The corruption's always going to be there. You just got to cast a big enough net.
This format here also, like you mentioned in passing, solves the problem of giving the best teams the bonus of getting a home game. The fact that we penalize the best teams who probably played in a conference championship game, and we're saying, here's a bye, that's your benefit, but you're going to lose out on $2 million or whatever you would generate in a home game weekend, probably much more than that. That's what this also solves, which again makes it seem logical to me that it would happen quicker. I just want to understand why these old men still bend over to the Bulls. Like, are they chewing on fetuses, or is there some sort of blood ritual going on deep beneath the bowels of the Rose Bowl? Is this, were they all on Epstein Island? How are we still bending over for the fucking bowl games? Why does the Rose Bowl have unmarked? Colby, did you know the Rose Bowl has unmarked cars all around Los Angeles? Why? Why?
Look, I mean, there's so many fun topics to bring up with this shit, because I mean, I just think, I hate people that say, well, the spread would be this. Well, the spread would be like, look, your Eli Manning story. They barely made the playoffs, right? And then they got hot and won the Super Bowl, right? We can do this for every single sport. If you're going by the hypothetical odds, we've lost it. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Like, hearing these bozos talk about this, what would the spread be on a neutral field? Yeah, you feel good with the game like that? Fuck off. I feel good with a team going 11 or 12-1, deserving to play in a postseason. Watching teams get destroyed, massive point spreads, is a part of college football. And then when they get the upsets, they're also equally fun.
Yeah, I mean, I still, you want to talk about the meaningful. I still remember where I was. I don't remember who the Hokies were playing that day, but I remember being at Big Wings in Hollywood watching App State block that field goal to end the game. I mean, it's literally the best part of March Madness. I don't know why they don't realize. Well, and how about this past weekend? How about this in the FCS, North Dakota State, who's a fucking juggernaut. They won the Natty last year. They've won obviously a shit ton of them, and they have a bunch of NFL guys on this current roster. 24.5 point favorites against Illinois State. Illinois State beats them at their place. Colby, play the games. Play the fucking games. Let's get your tank. Why don't we talk about Mount Union? What happened there?
Oh yeah, exactly. Mount Union. John Carroll sticks it to him. Rivalry game, right? Let's go.
Hey, one of us had Illinois State, not you guys. You you donkeys following the Bisons. Red Birds are coming for that ass. All right, let's can we talk about last week?
You want a quick tout session, because I was fucking on fire.
Yeah, we had a lot of winners
on fire. I mean, it was I always tell you I bet too much college football, and then after the weekend I look at my paper tickets. I shouldn't have bet so much college football.
Indiana Duke money line parlay.
I got everything right.
Colby 3-0 on his locks. Kramer 3-0 on his locks. Me 2-1. And you guys both hit your dogs, the Indiana and Duke money line. I was on Indiana money line. I had locked up Indiana.
We parlayed that. We parlayed that too. Yeah.
I had a paper ticket on the money line parlay. I mean, even Friday night we had Boise. Even
that was the Boise UNLV was the easiest fucking play I've ever seen, dude.
I was on UNLV. That was the dumb.
And let's not forget Friday night when I tried to tell you bozos that Xavier doesn't lose at home to Cincinnati. That comes home.
That was.
Gonzaga was a smash.
Oh my God, Gonzaga and Kentucky are on different levels right now.
We went 3-7-0 on our consensus plays last week. So let's keep the heater alive. Hey, before we get to the games, of course, shout out to Kalshi. That's right. You can trade college football games in all 50 states. That's right. I mean, CFB playoffs are right around the corner. We got FCS playoffs. We got Army, Navy, and you can do it all on Kalshi. Legal and available in all 50 states right now. New traders, use our promo code SGPN. You get $20 in your accounts. Download the Kalshi app wherever you get your apps, or go to kalshi.com and enter our promo code SGPN. So they know we sent you. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. Shout out to Rhythm. Again, Rhythm did very well in college football season, dominating. I mean, FCS totals in particular, they do a great job. And of course, shout out to them. And they have a play. Let's see, Villanova at Tarleton State. Oh, we're going to be talking about that game. And Rhythm has a play on Villanova at Tarleton State using their model. And of course, you can build your own models in Rhythm. Rhythm likes the under 54.5 Villanova at Tarleton State. Villanova coming off that disgusting win over Lehigh. I'm with Rhythm. 54.5 feels way too high for this Nova offense. And of course, if you get the Rhythm Premium, you can get 25% off with the promo code SGPN25. But again, track your picks each week for a chance to win $1,000, college or pro. Download the Rhythm app today. Promo code SGPN25.
Do we want to just before we get to the games, do we want to quickly review our performance and our playoff predictions?
No, but sure.
Not really?
Yeah, sure. Put it on.
I won't put, I'll let Colby, I'll give Colby some trivia. And
okay.
You.
Well, okay.
We all selected conference winners from the Power Four. How many conferences did we as a group get correct? So there's 4 each, right? 4 conferences per person. So 12 total picks. How many of those 12 picks did we get right for conference?
4.
Winner? Colby?
Wait, for the power. Okay. Let me think about this here. So I definitely didn't get SEC right, I would say.
Correct.
Yeah. Big 10, I definitely didn't get right. ACC, I certainly didn't get right. Big 12, no, 0, I think.
Yeah, you got 0.
I had LSU, Penn State, Georgia Tech.
Let me put this on
Navy. Damn it, Georgia Tech was close.
I mean, they had a tiebreaker. That one, you got to feel all right about the Tech one.
Yeah,
you know?
Come on.
Yeah.
Penn State. All right, that didn't work.
So fortunately for me, I put a big bet on the one that I got right. Wait, it gets better. Ready? This was our full playoff seeding. So
so I got Alabama. Oh wait, no, you graded them as in, Ryan. Alabama did not get in.
What do you mean they got in? That was the controversy. And this is Colby.
Yeah.
You're in the middle column. Yeah. So as you can see, and I got me and Colby got 4. You got 3. I would say this was a poor performance by us.
Georgia Tech, though, come on, and Notre Dame. They should have let Notre Dame in. I was right.
Well, I scroll down. I want to see more. Right? Who else did see LSU was a bad?
Iowa should have been in.
Texas was right there, but yeah,
San Jose State should have been in.
That was bad. That was a really bad play. I was
excited for San Jose.
Honestly, I think that's the worst play in the history of our podcast for me.
Yeah,
that one is bad. Yeah,
that was bad. I would say this highlights the need to expand the playoff because look at all this wrong on this sheet.
Yeah,
if we expand this playoff, we're way more right.
Exactly. We were directionally correct. about a lot of these. I mean, Georgia Tech. Come on.
Right, and
I want to talk about a couple of things.
I want to show everyone.
Okay.
Sean had Penn State winning the national championship, which is great considering they fired their coach.
Had USC.
You had USC, right?
I had Penn State in the Natty.
Yeah, they didn't fire.
Colby's pick is at least still alive with Alabama.
I got Georgia in the championship. I'm alive.
Alabama
too.
looks like shit though.
I know they're gonna get
I mean,
beat.
Alabama. That's the one. By the way, every other team that lost the conference championship moved down in the rankings, except for Alabama, which probably got dominated the most. Them or BYU, but pretty hilarious there. But I want to talk also about I mean, Vanderbilt to me and BYU have a better argument than Notre Dame, in my opinion. I think Vanderbilt and BYU's resume is better than Notre Dame's, right? I think they should both be in before you would put Notre Dame in. But I do believe Notre Dame, the Notre Dame Alabama debate is interesting. But I think I would have put Alabama in over Notre Dame as well based on the resume.
Well, and look at this. This is essentially a success rate, net success rate measurement to show you was it so for example, Duke beating Virginia was probably a fortunate outcome for Duke. Same with Boise State and UNLV. I don't know if I trust that one as much. But look at the Georgia.
Yeah, they can play that a million times. Yeah.
Look at the Georgia Alabama Delta. I mean, this is one of the they got their ass beat. It was the most lopsided
negative 3 yards rushing. And this is my point. This is my point all year, man. Is if they really did factor in eye test,
Georgia Tech played Alabama or played Georgia better than Alabama.
Oh my God.
Dude, Alabama is a phony fucking team, dude. They're a one-dimensional team. They go back to the Florida State game. Watch that tape, man. They put them on their ass, man. Their run defense is trash. They cooked the books at that late FCS game to fix their numbers. They can't run the ball. They had negative 3 yards rushing. Fucking Marshall ran for I think 70 yards against Georgia. Alabama negative 3 yards rushing. Come on, man. This is Alabama here. That's why you got Mark Ingram and some of their other players saying that they don't even belong in. And I from an eye test point of view, I think I would definitely say Notre Dame's better than Alabama. It's just the resume is a little bit better for Alabama than Notre Dame. So it depends how you look at that.
You got to be AT&T or Verizon. They're fucking T-Mobile.
But how about Notre Dame also? Let's talk about this. So Vanderbilt tried to schedule Notre Dame last week.
Just to play the game.
Yeah, Vanderbilt called Notre Dame. They called Utah. They called a couple other schools, and no one wanted to play. And I love Clark Lee's comments on the bowl game. No, we like to play football around here, right? Because they're going to accept the bowl game. But going back to that, they thought they were in, and that stupid TV show is part of the reason why I do feel a little bit sorry for the players because the TV show is ridiculous. But if they would have played that game and won that thing, I think you'd be in.
Oh, you definitely would be in. It's just eye candy, right? How do you ignore the committee? Is clearly being operated by strings, but there's also an aesthetic to it. And so, to your point, if Notre Dame beats an SEC team that was on the bubble, even if in some sort of quote unquote exhibit, I read someone's idea to get rid of championship games, but create play-in games basically. So instead of having the top teams in the conference playing off, you'd have almost like FIFA World Cup style, where it's team 5 and 6 in the SEC are playing off for one spot, or bubble team X and bubble team Y.
BYU probably as the biggest gripe. Their only two as the experts suck in the chat pointing out, their only two losses were against the number 4 seed,
who might be the best team in the nation.
I was going to say their only loss is when their quarterback was hurt.
Yeah.
So they've never lost a game with their starting quarterback, which in the past the committee has cared greatly about. And BYU's only losses are on a neutral site and on the road
and that wasn't
against
neutral.
this team.
That was not neutral.
But you understand that neither game was in BYU. If I almost could take it more if one of the games was at BYU at least. But I think BYU Social has been doing a great job of posting comparisons. If you don't follow them, definitely give them a follow.
Well, how about this? I really think they should talk about this every single week if they're going to do that dumbass TV show. If you ask any coach, they're going to tell you, and this goes for basketball or football, winning on the road in college sports is the hardest thing to do.
Yep.
Right. especially when you play a good team on the road. Notre Dame's played 5 away games this year. 2 of the 5 teams they played on the road had winning records. They went 1-1, right? Miami played 4 away games this year. Only 3 outside of the state of Florida. 2 of the 5 had winning records. They went 1-1. BYU played 6 away games. 5 of the 6 teams were teams with winning records. They went 5-1. I rest my fucking case.
Let's go.
I mean, yeah. What maybe Colby should be put in charge of this. Who loses? Last mock bracket I'll show, and then we can break down the games. Well, because this was the closing point of the argument, is that we need to get back to a non-committee approach. Colby, you may have seen this, but shout out to the
I think I shared
Reddit
this, right? Yeah,
probably. Reddit CFB, great follow. This is the way Division III would have sorted out the Division I teams using the NCAA Power Index, the NPI. It's the only thing they use for playoff selection. And when I look at this, like, this removes the majority of the arguments people had, which is basically BYU deserves to be in, Alabama maybe doesn't deserve to be in, and Notre Dame in over whatever. That can be whatever you decide it is. But again, I think the best way to solve this problem is get rid of the people, but the people make the TV show, which is part of what ESPN loves. So they won't change, unfortunately, Colby. We just need more teams.
Yeah, I want to shout out Reddit CFB too, because they did a great tweet on. In 1941, San Jose State traveled by boat to Hawaii to play 2 postseason bowl games, and Pearl Harbor was hit. Pearl Harbor was hit on December 7th, and the games never played. But several San Jose State players helped in recovery efforts, helped the injured, and even with delivering babies. Some stayed in Hawaii full time to assist in the war. Right. It's a wonderful story and a testament to how football teaches positive lessons. Right. And then they say 2005 Notre Dame was invited to a bowl game. Nah, they didn't really feel like playing in it. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Well,
Pussies.
Wow, that's kind of soft. Yeah. They didn't play football just because Pearl Harbor happened. Well, come on.
That was my first thought too. It's like you couldn't figure that thing out.
While you're in between clearing rubble, can't play a couple games.
You're letting the Japanese win.
Yeah, they're letting the terrorists win if you don't play football.
Another way to frame that is that we let ourselves get attacked before the football was played.
Yeah,
why not let? I mean.
Yeah. My God. How long do you think a boat ride in 1941 from San Jose to Hawaii?
Solid 2-3 weeks.
That sounds like, you're in open ocean. Like, that sounds like a serious endeavor. That they really wanted to play some football, or go to Hawaii. All right, shall we get into it? Because we do have a couple games this weekend, even though this is the bye week / everyone gets the bye week in the playoff is so dumb because everyone's getting a bye week this week. And some teams didn't play last week. So team like Miami, they're going to be so well rested.
Yeah.
So rewarded for not making a conference championship. Why would you want to play in your conference championship again?
Right.
It's just, they can't help but shoot themselves in the dick over and over and over again. This is Friday night, Colby.
It is. Correct. Thank God.
Right, Friday night, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. This would be a beautiful setup, Sean, for the VSiN show. Unfortunately, we will not be out there this weekend. Bozeman, Montana, which saw some incredible scenes from some of the northern states, including, I think, the game being played. The other Montana, excuse me. Stephen F. Austin comes to town, catching 10.5 points, plus 280 on the money line. Montana State minus 350, 51.5 is the total. That seems like a astronomical total here, Colby. What round are we in the FCS playoffs, and how are we feeling about Montana State here?
Well, I'll say this, man. This is South Dakota State and North Dakota State have been eliminated, which Montana State have been powers as well historically. So maybe they're thinking, hey, this is our season to get back on, but. It's still, it's wide open, I would say. Stephen F. Austin, they're located in Nagastosius, Texas, and they have to go to Bozeman, guys. You guys know what the weather is? That a high of 35, snow all day, 15 to 25 mile an hour winds for this little air raid offense with Sam Vidlac, the old Oregon State quarterback. Not gonna work in Bozeman. Lay it with Montana State as I think, and another thing is the last time they played, Stephen F. Austin got him. It's been a little bit, but I don't think they had to go to Bozeman.
But yeah,
so let's go.
Montana State's tough out at home here. Stephen F. Austin, great story. Congrats on the win, but this is, going to Bozeman. That's good. That's a tough out for the Stephen F. Austin team. Montana State all day. Kramer.
It actually could be worst possible scenario for a team not normal to dealing with cold elements. It seems like it actually could be like 35 degrees and raining.
Yeah,
that
horrible.
That you might as well you beg for snow at that point. Which, by the way, it was the other Montana game against South Dakota State that we saw that
beautiful shots
great
of the
vista.
Stadium.
There's a mountain behind it.
If you haven't been to that stadium, you need to go. Washington Grizzly Stadium is fantastic, man.
Where does that fall in your stadium rankings,
dude? That's a top 15 stadium, man.
Really,
top 15 stadium.
Stop.
Yeah.
And how long does it? What's the nearest airport?
I flew into Missoula, so
really,
now it did look like a bus station. Like when you landed, like you're stepping on the tarmac. You're like, oh, okay, we're here. So there's that.
Just like Burbank.
Yeah, you're used
who's taking the points here? That's what I want to know.
Well, Stephen F. Austin did look good last week, but Montana State rolls.
Yep, all three agree. I think you just play weather and elevation handicaps in the FCS. Villanova, which I think was Sean went against Villanova last week for some reason.
Well, because they were playing Lehigh. Wow. Lehigh was a great story, hometown team, good game.
Me and Kramer were razor sharp on that one.
Yeah, great story, horrible pick. Now Villanova's catching 8.5 against Tarleton State down in Texas. So now we're going the other way with the weather.
Yeah, it's 77 degrees.
Yeah, I know it's going to be warm down there. That's all I did for the handicapping of the FCS playoffs. We'll look at weather reports. Minus 325 for Tarleton State. Villanova plus 250. 54.5 is the total. The cat that Colby has on the screen for the Villanova side is it just doesn't look healthy.
No,
it looks like
a cat is unwell.
Looks like a cat that's been living on the streets of Portland for a couple.
Through the roof. That thing is fat. It's a fat pussy.
Yeah, you're right. It's not Portland. It's LA. It's a LA homeless person.
Yeah.
Very plump and able to survive the cold winter. Colby, get us up to speed with these two teams' journey. As Sean already updated us on Villanova being.
Nova was the dog last week. Actually, Lehigh did outgain them by over 100 yards, but they couldn't hold on to the football. So Villanova made them pay late in the game. Pat Lone Wolf McQuaid got it done at the quarterback spot for the Wildcats there, and now they head to Tarleton, Texas to take on. I kind of hit on this a couple times this year, like on this show, is they are FBS ready, and Victor Gabalis, beast quarterback for them. Their run game's great. And how about this? I think we should just in general just talk about this for a second. JMU is like not even 5 years removed from the FCS, and they're in the college football playoffs, right? Shout out to them. Shout out to, if you watched the conference championship week, Kennesaw State played Jacksonville State in the CUSA championship. Those are two FCS schools from 2 years back, right? Year one entries, Delaware and Missouri State are bowling this year. Actually, were bowl eligible on their own. The rule got around them. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have been bowl eligible based on the rule, but they were actually bowl eligible with their wins. It wasn't like they searched for a 4-win team or 5-win team. Those are two good programs. These FCS teams are showing the fuck up. Tarleton State's got ambition to be an FBS team. They spend a lot of money down there on their football program, and I will not get in front of that right here. So lay it with Tarleton State against the Wildcats.
Yeah, I think all you're seeing is that there's the people that are happy to be in FBS, but not really trying to do much more than that. And then you have these teams that come up and they spend, and it's pretty easy to bubble. Like the group of that's why the group of five is different than the Power Four in some regard. Is that your
arms
floor
race
is much, much lower. Yeah, the floor just drops. And so if you come in and you have a plan and you have money, you can very quickly bubble up to the top of these conferences. We've seen it now. You laid out all
and
the
that's another side story for the playoffs that I find is just great. Is I was at the ACC championship game, and talking to some of the Virginia beat reporters are saying, man, they're really going in football. They're spending money. And now we know James Franklin is in Virginia Tech's all in on football. And JMU just made the fucking playoffs, right? So you know damn well they're going to throw their money continually into that program. And I can only imagine JMU's rival is Liberty. Liberty is sitting there saying, oh, fuck this. We have to throw money. I love watching the arms race in these. How about in Texas? Texas A&M and Texas Tech are in the playoffs. Texas is on the outside. SMU's on the outside. Are you kidding me?
Horns down.
How about at Tulane making the 12-team playoff before LSU? Fucking great to watch.
If Tulane can get a win against the coachless Ole Miss team, they are in New Orleans for the second round. Pretty interesting stuff. I'm laying the points here with Tarleton State.
No way. Give me Villanova. The magical season continues. The ball is bouncing the right way for the Cats. Tarleton State's not going to see it coming. Live on the money line. Villanova plus 8.5.
Singing a different tune this week.
Yeah. My picks change week to week. Right?
All right. So another Saturday 9 a.m.
I know you just pick one team and stick with it the entire season.
Yeah. That's the point. We're TMZ fans. We're heading to the Celebration Bowl in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. Prairie View. Where do they play this in the Dome, Colby?
It is at that filthy dome. Yes.
Prairie View, South Carolina State. And by the way, is this a real number or is this a Colby number?
This is from our people out in the desert. Yeah.
All right. So our source makes this South Carolina State minus 4.5.
It's the only one that we don't have officially out there right now. The only game
we trust the source though.
Yeah.
All right. What are you doing? What are we doing here?
Well, first off, kudos to me for calling for Prairie View money line against Jackson State. Boom. All right. Let's go. Tremaine Jackson, year 1. I
didn't see that coming, Sean.
Year 1 coming in from Valdosta State, where Mike Leach and Hal Mummy used to coach, right? He gets it done, upsets Jackson State at the Vet. Now, you know, this is a great story because basically Tremaine Jackson, who's Prairie View's year 1 coach, he's basically kind of like Chennis Berry was last year. And South Carolina State head coach Chennis Berry took over for a legend, and Buddy Pugh, and balled out last year. And now they're in a similar spot with all this. The difference is that South Carolina State lost in the Celebration Bowl a year ago, which is why I think they're the play. But I think it's a little bit too many points, though. I'll take the points in Prairie View to stay within this number. But I think South Carolina State is going to get the win here.
Shout out to me for listening to. I had Jackson State. But good call, Colby, on Prairie View, getting the outright win. I'm not getting in the way of this Prairie View. What is it? A greyhound? Some sort of meat? It's like a mean
that's
dog.
A panther. That's a panther.
It's
right
a panther.
There. Yeah,
kind of looks like a dog. But all right, give me Prairie View plus 4.5. Feels like a field goal game. Celebration Bowl. Kramer.
First time in the game for Prairie View. South Carolina State won it back in 2021. They were in it last year. Give me South Carolina State.
Wow. Shocking. Shout out to you.
They I did see a note that they apparently they travel well, and this was essentially saying that they are gonna feel like the home team. And so that's the extent of the handicap on that. There was no weather to report on, so I went with a little ticket sales handicap. Big game, the game we all care about. Noon on the West Coast, 3 p.m. local time. We're in Baltimore for Army Navy. Navy laying 6.5. I saw something like 98% of bets are coming in on Navy, minus 225 on the money line. Army plus 190. 38.5 is the total. Now, typically we would just take the under in this game and move on. Are we still doing that, Colby?
Yeah. What was your Baltimore weather check, by the way? Did you do it here?
It doesn't look. I mean, I don't know if Baltimore is going to be
because I see chance of snow Friday to Saturday. High of 43, right?
Yeah, my report is it's going to be a partly cloudy, cold day, but nothing, no wind, no precipitation. I think this will most likely look nice on the TV.
Yeah, this to me is pretty easy. Navy beat the shit out of them last year, and you're getting 6.5 points with a Army team that this is their Super Bowl. Yeah, Navy. I mean, put Navy in the playoff. That would have been fun. Was hoping to get one of the get a Service Academy in the playoff, but I mean, historically, these do end up for the most part being close games. 6.5 feels like a ton. I would not feel comfortable laying 6.5 with this Navy team. So yeah, give me Army all day. Colby.
Yeah, I'm with you too. I think you got to take the points in this matchup, especially the fact that they lost last year. I do think Navy is the slightly better team this year, but I also think missing
100%.
But I think Army, them Navy missing the playoffs, a little bit of a blow, missing the AAC championship, a little bit of a blow. But I just think this. I mean, when you have the option, teams love taking the dog, whether it's Air Force, whether it's Navy, whether it's Army. These are rarely blowouts. So give me the points there. I think you sprinkle the money line. Take the under as well, and don't forget that this game should always be in late November or December. Never that, like, a lot of people have been trying to cram this into open the college football season in August with Army Navy.
That'd be awesome.
No, never.
Something
you filthy
different?
fucking people out there. That's just a terrible idea. Terrible idea. Yeah, but give me. Let's go. Go on.
It's always it's better as a cold weather game. I agree.
Army plus 12.5, under 44.5. Great same game teaser.
No,
give me Army with the points. 12:30 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading out to Missoula, where this was the game. This was the location I was talking about with the beautiful vistas, snow-covered mountains. Probably some bears. We just couldn't see them close.
Did I miss the slide in this?
Oh no!
My God.
Oh no!
Oh wow!
Oh,
I got it here. Don't worry. I'm always prepared. All right.
Oh no!
Share screen.
I'll talk while you do that. So there we go. Let me just turn this off real quick.
While you guys are fixing the screens, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Head over to Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code SGPN. Get in on the pick'em action. You can win up to $5,000. Of course, use our promo code SGPN. Spend $5, you get $100 in bonus funds. Highly recommend it. Super fun way to get in on the action. And they already have some, Boise State, Washington, higher lowers up. There's a bunch of great ways to get in on the action. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. That's right. Novig available in a bunch of states. Spend $5, get $50 in Novig coins, and use our promo code SGPN if you're looking for extra action. Highly recommend signing up over on Novig if it's available in your state. Download Novig and use our promo code SGPN.
All right, let's get through this one where we were missing. It wasn't lost, but we were missing a slide. I'm sure Colby won't let it happen again. South Dakota.
Blame that on White Tiger.
Oh no, blaming the child. That's a real corporate move. That's having a kid in corporate America just allows you to not do anything. Oh yeah, I got this thing with my kid.
Now, Kramer, you had Mercer Lane 6.5 against South Dakota. How did that pick work out for you?
Well, that was one of the few I got wrong.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch the game. I was just fading a cold weather team going to the warm of Macon, Georgia. Little did I know Macon, Georgia was going to have some weather, so they were quite at home there. Now they go to Montana, probably some weather they're used to, but I mean, from my money, a grizzly laying 6.5 against a coyote. Or a million coyotes. Give me the grizzly laying the points. Also, as Colby said, top 15 stadium in America. Or maybe that was extended to South America and Canada too.
To catch football in the world. How about that?
Oh, world. Okay.
To catch football, because I don't really consider the rest of the world. They're not really hip on playing football. Although I did enjoy that Mexican college football national championship down there in Monterey. Guys, look, this is a great rivalry game. Old school, man. This one's 110 years. You're getting a classic in the FCS here. Give me the Grizz though. Grizz, this is their year, man. This is their year. There's blood in the water with no South Dakota State and North Dakota State. So I'm going to lay it. South Dakota's an interesting team though. They lost a lot of their offensive line. One of them starts for Vandy, right? All right. The second portal cycle. So they went and grabbed some guys from the FCS D2 ranks. So out the gate, they were trash because they just couldn't build that cohesive unit. They had the former Minnesota Golden Gopher starting quarterback Aiden Bowman. They're kind of hot right now. So this is probably the best FCS game I think this weekend.
No,
but give me the Grizz.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Grizzlies roll. And your point, this does feel like it could be the Grizzlies' year with the path opening up with the Redbirds knocking out North Dakota State and the Bison. And yeah, Montana just destroyed South Dakota State. They can handle South Dakota, so let it ride with the Grizz 6.5. Awesome stadium environment.
A little concerned. I did find a video of a grizzly bear and a coyote squaring up, and it did seem like the coyote was able to scare off the grizzly bear.
Really?
Maybe the grizzly
bear.
Maybe, or just one of those situations where the grizzly bear wasn't feeling like having to deal with any sort of resistance, so it was going to move on to the next thing. Illinois State, massive.
Did he make a pick? I don't even think he made a pick, Sean.
I started by saying I would never take a coyote versus the Grizzlies, so I'd lay the points. Now, you guys got to listen to the show. This is unbelievable.
It's like decoding.
This is unbelievable. It's a very clear pick. The chat can tell me, or if you're listening to the podcast, please DM me.
Did Kramer clearly say what team he was on?
Montana -6.5.
There you go.
Also, I'm generally going to be on the favorite. So, why'd you do that, Colby?
Well, because we were done with that slide, right?
You did it wrong. Now the show's broken. Now Colby's broken the show twice. Give me a second. Now we got to click the button.
Riveting audio for the audio listeners.
I'm trying, but Colby's trying to sabotage the program here, just like that committee. Illinois State, UC Davis. This one's being played in beautiful Davis, California. 2 p.m. on Saturday. -2.5 for the home team. -130 on the money line. Illinois State +105. 59.5 is the total. That's a pretty big total. Colby.
Obviously, Illinois State is the talk of the FCS world right now with Tommy Rittenhouse at the quarterback spot, throwing 5 picks, but still throwing the game-winning touchdown and 2-point conversion. You got to delete that memory. I like what he said after the game. He goes, "If that's what it takes to win, I'll do it again next week." I'm on Illinois State, man. They opened up FCS play in the playoffs at Strawberry Stadium down there in Hammond, Louisiana. Took down Southeast Louisiana. Then they took down North Dakota State. They're used to being road warriors here. UC Davis, Tim Plow, they're feeling great about themselves. They got the Mountain West invite looming. Their basketball program is going to be a part of the Mountain West next year, and football is apparently like a few years off, I think. I think Illinois State's used to being the road warrior here.
There's no mountains in Illinois. Why would they be in Mountain West?
No, UC Davis.
UC Davis. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think there's mountains in Davis, California either. I don't know.
I know that. Also, at least they're in the West. I'm going UC Davis. I think this is a Illinois State. That was awesome win by them, sure, but this to me is the biggest letdown spot possible. You took down the number 1 seed. You're a massive dog, and now you have to go on the road again. Meanwhile, you're back on the Illinois State campus. Everyone. Oh my God, you guys are heroes. That game was a legend. They won their Super Bowl. This is a massive letdown spot. You got to focus, UC Davis team. They're gonna destroy the Redbirds.
Kramer. Illinois State's like the Giants in what is it? 07, 08, whatever the fuck year that was.
Little Giants.
I like your handicap that UC Davis is fat and happy moving on to the beautiful Mountain West. So 2 things. 1, do you know what the elevation is at UC Davis? Soon to join the Mountain West Conference.
1,000 feet.
Colby, care to guess?
Maybe it's sneaky more than I realize. I would say 1,500 feet. How about that?
51 feet.
There you go.
51, which it's impressive to be that close to sea level in California anywhere. So definitely barely in the mountains. I'm with Colby. Sometimes you want to take the fun story. And if you look closely on youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast, this Redbird looks a little bit like it's been taking something. I've never seen a bird with that kind of muscle definition. So
it's ripped.
Yeah, mainly a fade of UC Davis, though. I like the fade of Colby. We're fading the team going to the Mountain West, correct?
Next year, UC Davis and most of their sports will be in the Mountain West. Football, I think, is like football is down the pipeline. I think they haven't even announced it yet. But from what I understand,
do they care about this baby playoff?
Yeah.
All right. Last one on Saturday, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. We're in LA for a real bowl game. They're still playing the stupid bowl games. Boise State, Washington in the LA Bowl. I think at one time this was the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl, had some other names along the way. Washington laying 7.5, minus 300 on the money line. Boise State plus 250, 51.5 is the total. Boise's coming off another conference victory. What's the handicap here? What this could be a Pac-12 game in the future, maybe.
But we haven't got any opt-outs that I've seen from Washington yet, which is intriguing. But obviously, Chris Peterson Bowl. I like this game. I think the bowl committee actually did a decent job matching these teams up. Now, obviously, it doesn't make any sense to play at SoFi when you have the Rose Bowl and LA Coliseum right there. But hey, you want to be dumb? We can be dumb. Boise's getting 8.5 points. I just wonder. I think Boise would be the more motivated team here. I think they still like honor their program's culture is like. I still think intact. As long as their quarterback's healthy, which he was against UNLV, and Maddox Madsen, I'll take the 8.5 to stay in this game against Washington. I'm also expecting potentially some opt-outs from Washington. We'll see, but yeah.
I'm with you, Colby. I think Boise State and the points is the play here. I think Madsen would look pretty good in a dome here as far as moving the offense. They're going to keep it competitive. And I think, Boise seems slightly more motivated, and I think they would get some fans down at SoFi. Great stadium. One of the beautiful open air stadiums in our nation.
Yeah, I think Boise's, even though they made the playoff and all that stuff, I think that, one, it's a cold place and LA is a warm place. It is a little bit like dangerously close to the holidays, but I would expect that they would have the better crowd. I also have a little bit of an inside source, AKA I have some family that is involved in Washington. I don't know if anyone's making the trip, which is a little surprising. So to your point, maybe there's an expectation that the whole team isn't going to be coming down to LA and less interesting to the alumni. So give me Boise.
We're all on Boise.
But in general, we should remind people that the bowl games, especially numbers that like just follow tail the movement. Usually when the number moves, that means something. Now in this case, I don't know, Colby, do you know what this opened at? Okay, no, it opened at 8.5. And so it's come in a little bit. So maybe the Boise's the team that's actually getting the money. So follow this team in college bowl season because it's all information and people know before you about the opt-outs. Last one. We're jumping all the way out to Tuesday because I don't know if we'll talk again before this game kicks. Troy, Jacksonville State, the battle for old school bell. What is that, Colby?
The battle for the old school bell, man. They've been playing this one 101 years. Great job by the committee by putting this game together. And also they gave us Deeper Than Hate as one of the rivalries. They gave us. We'll be talking about it next week. They gave us Nick Rolovich against Timmy Chang on the island. Two quarterbacks that were on the same roster.
I was just asking, what is the old school bell?
It's a rivalry. That's the trophy.
Bell.
The trophy, I think. Yeah. So,
all right. So
and they're doing this at the Crampton Bowl. This is at the Crampton Bowl, legendary stadium too. If you don't know about the fucking Crampton Bowl, what the fuck are we doing the show for?
Great question.
Yeah. Go check out the Crampton Bowl, one of the better stadiums out there. I'm on Jack State, man. Jack State lost in heartbreaking fashion. Troy got a little dinged up had their quarterback go down in that game. Give me Jack State. I think they're live here in the money line. And salute to the Veterans Bowl, Sean.
I honor all veterans, especially veteran bowl games. So I'm a little worried about that Jacksonville State offense. As someone who had them, that was a brutal loss, and their offense was pretty horrible. But as you mentioned, Colby, this is a get up spot for them in the bowl game. I think they're going to be stoked. The rivalry aspect, and Troy maybe a little bit of a letdown. They gave JMU everything they could handle. I think this is a nice spot for Jacksonville State. Going to have the Cocks are going to be locked in. Give me Jacksonville State. Angry Cocks. Kramer.
Troy's won the last 7. Period.
They're due for a relapse. No, they might win. They not going to cover.
Come on, you got someone has to mention the fact that I'm. When's the last time they played, Colby?
It's been a minute because Jacksonville Troy was in the FBS for a while now, and Jacksonville State was in the FCS.
Was 2001.
Yeah.
You don't think that matters? These Jacksonville State
They've
kids?
won 7 in a row, Sean. It's a great handicap. Come on, guys. Give me Troy.
All right, time for our locks, dogs. No tease this week.
Really?
Well, can you tease any of these FCS games?
I mean, you can.
All right, Kramer, you're up first. What do you got?
Lock number 1. This is actually a very difficult week. Let's make sure we put Army Navy on the card since we can actually bet on that. Give me the under in the Army Navy game, 38.5.
Okay.
Give me Boise State plus 7.5.
Okay.
Give me, let's see, my favorite FCS play is taking one of these chalky favorites. Let's go with Montana State getting the soft, warm weathered Stephen F. Austin squad coming to their town. Lay the 10.5. We all know you lay the 10.5 before you take it. Dog. Uh-oh. We have a bit of a situation here. Give me Illinois State on the money line as the only dog that I have.
It's a little yapper.
Give me Tarleton State laying the 8.5, or sorry, laying the 2.5 in the teaser.
Okay.
Give me Montana minus 0.5 in the teaser. This is actually going much easier than I thought it would be. And then let's get Army out to 12.5 there.
Sharp tease.
Yeah.
All right, for me, lock up Army plus 6.5. Way too high for an Army Navy game. Give me Montana laying the 6.5 in Missoula. They're not losing in Missoula. For my bonus lock.
Someone reached out and asked if the bonus lock is different than a regular lock. And
no.
If not, why do we call it that? I said that's private information.
Give me Jacksonville State plus 4.5. Gonna run it back with them. For the dog, give me Boise State on the money line. These bowl games. There's if you like the dog, they're always live. For my tees, give me Montana down to 0.5. Give me Montana State down to 4.5, and give me Army up to 12.5. Colby.
Let's lock up Army plus 6.5. Let's lock up. Let's go with Montana State minus 10.5.
It's a sharp play too.
I'm gonna also take Tarleton minus 8.5.
Damn, I like that one as well.
The dog, most value for my clientele would be give me Army money line.
Like that.
The tease is let's bring Montana State down to 4.5. Let's bring Tarleton State down to 2.5. And let's bring Army up to 12.5.
I need to make a change.
Okay.
Scratch my dog. It's way too small compared to you two. For my dog, I'll be taking Boise State.
Copycat.
Sean makes a good point. These bowl games are stupid if you're going to take the point.
Boise State Army money line parlay.
Yeah, duh.
That's an easy one.
Easy.
And that's a decent price.
Easy.
And it's actually games you could bet on. Hey, good times as always. And of course, answering all questions, comments over on Spotify. Appreciate the 5-star reviews. Check out Colby Dant, the College Experience daily college basketball, college football picks. Get you locked, get you loaded. And a reminder, download the SGPN app. All our picks and podcasts in one free spot. Just type in SGPN wherever you get your apps. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
yes, Colby.
Upper Iowa won the Candy Bowl. Shout out to them.
Oh, geez.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling
It
Podcast.
sounds like something you don't want to be caught at, the Candy Bowl.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean. Second the money green. He's Ryan.
Just locked in that parlay plus 915.
Kramer, let it ride.